Do it again.
Be quiet then.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Katie.
Oh,
I know.
I just got a phone call from her. Evidently, they just finished their board of zoning appeals. And she said, I will not be able to make it. I'm trying to recuperate from that. So I'm filling in. For those who don't know me, I'm Bill Stream. Vice President, I guess I was elected. So everyone would please rise. And Rotary motto. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, Jim Rich isn't here. Anybody want to volunteer to say
Moment of silence.
moment of silence? Thank you. So, and Alan's not here, but Jason's here.
Hey.
All right, so I'm going to try and fill in kind of like imagine me being Alan without the good voice, right? So I selected Blowing in the Wind or Blowing in the Wind, which was written in 1962 by Bob Dylan.
It's in a bush.
And it's on page 6. I guess I should give you that. And I felt like I picked it because it was written about peace and war and freedom, which, you know, a lot of stuff going on in the world today. And the fact that a couple of our harvesting guys that harvest clams for us came in this morning, and you wouldn't know it on land, but they said, I can't believe how insane it was out there. So they were blowing in the wind. So anyway, we'll go ahead and start this thing off. I think most people probably know.
How many roads
All of them.
before
they all in.
how many seas must the light of say before sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cross fly before the answer, my friend, is flowing, flowing. The answer is flowing.
All right.
Right. Congrats.
So some announcements. Katie did when she called me, she said, hey, I got a call from Sheriff David Dowdy, who is a member of our Rotary Club, that they're having a trunk or treat on 31st of October and expecting 100 kids.
It's
Well, she's going to confirm where it is. It's from 5 to 7. And I said, where is it going to be? There at the police?
unless they moved it, I'm sure they have. It's right there in the yard, right around the jail and the sheriff's office.
So,
And it's a big deal.
but his plea was, can the Rotary Club want to be there to help out? So the plea is there. You don't have anything else going on. Like Stan, you know, he sits there. He doesn't have trick or treaters there, and you know, people who live in Bay Creek don't have trick or treaters. So if you're interested, that's a good service time project to go to. So that was from Katie. We had a board meeting today, and Paul, help me out here if I miss it, Joan. We agreed to fund the Cape Charles, not the Cape Charles, the Northampton High School and Middle School Choir to the tune of $500.
Good.
We agreed to put $500 to the Cape Charles Power Company for their Tool Mania. The other ones have been approved. That's it, right? Okay, Boys and Girls Club, $1,000 to the Boys and Girls Club. All right. Happy dollars.
I have an announcement.
You have an announcement, okay? What's your announcement? Yes.
Well, I was happy to share it with Jason a few minutes ago. Broadwater has 49 interactors.
Wow.
They are pumped. And in
Wow.
fact, there's nothing. And Jason.
Jason he probably knows a lot of them.
I know a few. Not a lot. I know a few.
Jason.
I don't know every
is
49
the
names.
Chair of the youth committee.
Wow.
So I report to Jason. And I'm happy about that. They are conducting fundraising for Helene, and that they're really into it. So I'm really happy to put the company along, and I'm called Jason because when Jason comes in, he gets to relate to him. I've been moved up. I'm not allowed to move.
So, well, thank you. And is your daughter in the interact?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So, as an aside to that, another Rotarian, Adam Charney, has a part-time job as the mayor of Cape Charles. Last night said that and he does this on Facebook, that the first truck made it to North Carolina and to its destination, and they were getting ready to unload it. The second truck is ready for loading, and needs anybody who would like to have be a part of that. Meet over where the old Sullivan's office building. That's where his Buskey's diner. That's where it is Thursday at 4:00. And then they're going to start the next one. So please check with him on those items that you would like to donate, because they're changing. Any other announcements?
Can I say something?
Announcement, sure.
Well, it's to pick back on what we were saying. I was on a Zoom call earlier today with someone, right there, two people, as a matter of fact, were in the heart of it. And one is a very small mountain community, just outside of Haskell, and our group is, and it's a meditation daily. But the things they're asking for are these: cooking oil, solar power, lighting, tubs. Everything is like freaking muddy and washed out, and they're getting supplies. They don't need water anymore. But they can't get the roads, the main road. I think they're on I forget what highway, but if you don't ask them, you would know it. Anyhow, that's that one community that's largely separated. Some people can't even get to the community center that they're using as a home base. But oil, and tubs and the solar powered stuff. I can't remember what else, but you might want to consider those things that, and winter things.
Yeah.
Because all,
He said blankets. Adam mentioned blankets. They need blankets and stuff.
they're gonna get filthy and worn out so fast because it's such, they're undigging everything. So thanks for like.
Thanks, Karen. Any other announcements? All right, happy dollars. Anybody got any happy dollars? Yes, sir.
I was real happy to see it was yesterday on the news. That there was 50 to 60, they were showing in the power, 50 to 60 trucks loaded with supplies heading into West Carolina for all the flood victims. So CEO of Walmart came and he said a lot of it happened because of contributions by people all over the country. So that was good to see.
Okay, how much is that for?
Five.
$5? Thank you, Chuck. Bill?
I have 10 happy dollars because tomorrow Jackie will be 80 years old.
Whoa.
I'm not $80. Not $80 happy? Come on, man.
You'd have to knock 10 years off of that if she was here.
Thank you, Bill. Anybody else have happy dollars? John Burns.
First, I want to reintroduce myself.
Yeah.
I want you to know that, and we got doctors here, know all about this stuff. I recently found out I have a psoas muscle. I actually have two of them. And the one that I have on the right side decided won't let me know that I'm out of torque and my leg was killing me. So that was one reason I've been teaching class. We've been moving north to West Virginia. That's going pretty well, actually. And I will say, I'm in the middle of this fundraising thing that attorney is working on. They've done a great job. If you come down the hall to where my office is in there, it looks like there's been a regurgitation of stuff of every kind of stuff. So it's a great thing. And I'm sorry he's not here to congratulate him, but yeah, he's done a great job organizing that. And there's plenty of places to put more stuff, and I'm sure they'll take it. So and I will say on a very minor scale, having grown up in West Virginia, flash flooding and things like that are just unbelievable. Even just regular flooding and the aftermath of a flood, even if it doesn't tear things up as this one did, there's just junk and mud and muck. It's just awful. I mean, it's not something you can go fix like that. And of course, they have road problems, and I've seen that growing up as a kid a few times too. So I'm very empathetic what's going on down there. So I haven't been here in a while, so $50.
Any more happy dollars? All right. Queen of Hearts.
Ian.
I think there's 30, maybe 32.
Hey.
No, I did not.
So Dan got the extra.
All right, Stan. Good job. One for the good guy. One for the good guys finally, Stan.
I guess this is it.
And Gail is going to train us. We can get those made.
Three hearts. Three hearts.
What are the numbers?
Joe, you know how much you get? $8. You go, I'll get it.
What was the code we got?
$8.
That's cool. E4. Yeah. I was in reserves for 6 years.
All right.
I wasn't really.
It's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Karen Hack, who's going to please tell us a little bit about yourself first, and then your program. And I imagine some of this stuff on the table has to do with what we talk about. So, Karen, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, everyone, for having me here today. Let me know if Can't hear me. So in the interest of time, I've passed some things out to you and gosh, today is a real day to take stock of with October 6th having been yesterday and with Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton on Florida. So I just want to say I'm grateful that I can be here, and I'm grateful for groups like the Rotarians. My son Dan is down in Tampa, hunkering down, boarding up his windows. He's a Rotarian. He did say, well, that's where all the old guys go. He's approaching. He's approaching, but he's out trying to get water to folks down in Tampa, and he has 7 children. Anyhow, so I want to tell you, I'm on the board of the Boys and Girls Club. And I was up there 2 days ago having the kids write notes to the hurricane victims. And so there's just so much we can do as a community of people that care. And I really believe that the Rotarians are that way, locally, nationally, and I know internationally. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. As someone who's not a Rotarian, but I know a lot of Rotarians. I wrote down a little script as advised by my husband. And thank you for that $1,000. We have our big fundraiser coming up. Okay, switching hats. My new business card says Karen Hatch, free agent. It used to be healing justice advocate, but I'm not one for too many labels, and I don't really join a lot of things. I support people who are doing the things I believe in, and that's part of why I'm here. So I'm part of an organization called Braver Angels, and I will tell you I'll tell you the end of the story before the beginning of the story. This national bipartisan organization of citizens has kind of made me proud to be an American again. Because we've been so divisive with one another, hating this person or that person. And I've never been about that. And I want to help other people come together, for goodness sake. I mean, look what you guys do. 52 weeks a year, no matter how many people are here. You guys are all doing your part, and women too. I don't mean to leave out the women. I'm from Baltimore, so we see guys. So I think y'all bring out the best. A lot of, not to say you're perfect, because I know you're not. I've been hanging around with Bill a long time. That's part of the beauty of community. You can give each other, you can play. And my God, we need to play. Anyway, that's a different thing I'm involved in. Okay, so I want to read to you our guidelines in Braver Angels. We state our views freely and fully without fear. We treat people who disagree with us with honesty, dignity, and respect. We welcome opportunities to engage those with whom we disagree. We believe all of us have blind spots, and none of us are not worth talking to. We seek to disagree accurately, avoiding exaggeration and stereotypes. We look for common ground when it exists, and if possible, find ways to work together. Bless you. We believe that in disagreements, both sides share and learn, and in Braver Angels, neither side is teaching the other or giving feedback on how to think or say things differently. And personally, I think that the Rotarians probably has something similar to that. As do our creeds. If you subscribe to a particular faith denomination. In Braver Angels, that it used to be called Better Angels, which was an appeal by Abraham Lincoln to in appealing to the better angels of our nature. And so I don't know when they changed better to braver. That's what they did. And I first became familiar with them at Eastern Mennonite University when there were these people walking around with red lanyards and blue lanyards. Because we don't say Republican and Democrat in Braver Angels. We said red leaning, blue leaning. Now they're yellow and purple, you know, but we try to transcend those labels. Okay. So I found, so that's kind of like I was a member, but I didn't really do anything. But then I heard about this thing called Braver Lens, where you use as a prompt your cell phone photographs or other photographs that move you and speak to your own personal values. So I was given grant money. I first participated in a training, which took me to Kenosha, Wisconsin in June with this young man, Damani Baines, who works for the Boys and Girls Club. And his mentoring young kids every day. Every day. And he got to go and be exposed to the braver way. And one of the main things he took from it, and he participated, this is him in DC. We were at the African American History Museum, and it was raining, so we were eating our back lunches on the bus. He got off the bus and Captain Buster said, "Now, Damani, don't you go far." And he went down and he rented a scooter, and he came back and he taught 2 boys how to ride those scooters. And this picture is called "Don't Let Go, I Won't Let Go." And I got to take this picture. So it was in the Post a few weeks ago, and oh yeah, this was just in the Post. There was another article, I think recently, anyway, about the Boys and Girls Club in the Prairie. So I got this grant money, and so I got together a small group of people. We mostly met on Zoom, but we met once in person. One person changed their political affiliation. Now, I don't know how much it was due to the work. I know. I'm not going to tell you what he told me he was when he first came into the room. But small, multi-generational, multi-ethnic group. The only time we met in public, we met in at some community event in downtown Exmoor at the park. And what was really cool to me was that I saw this one man who knows me well. We've worked together in nonprofit. And he saw this person and that person and that person and that person. And then after a little while, they all gravitated over to the library van, where there was a circle of chairs and a board with some of the pictures that you see on your table. And what we do in Braver Lens, we tell the stories of those pictures, why they mean something to us, why we took them, how they relate to our values and our political leaning. So this is one of those pictures. And I'll just read it. It says, "Family life. What better place to raise a family than the greatest nation on the earth? I believe that everyone should have a chance to be part of a healthy family. I'm grateful I do." So we had 23 photographs in our display. But more important than the photographs, and we had prompts. Our main theme was called Heritage and Legacy. You know, on the Eastern Shore of Virginia, so many folks are into genealogy and the ancestors. Our history here is so rich in history. So I'm not sure what we're going to do from there, but I'm really committed to bringing Braver Angels, a group of people here on the shore. And there are like tons and tons of ways to participate in the organization. The shirt that I'm wearing today is, what's it called? American Hope. Okay, so on election day, and I have a training later on today that I'm doing on Zoom, the power of Zoom. Hopefully, I'm going to show up at polls on election day with a red leaning person, and I'm a blue leaning person. And, you know, we're gonna have all this literature and stuff like that, but it really is all about being in a relationship. And I personally believe, and I just kind of thought of this today, that there is, I know there are third parties and all that, but I think there's another one. And I think that party is us. We are the party of people. We are the group of people that care, that are working right in ourselves. Like there's a workshop with Braver. I'm talking about you guys. I'm not just talking about Braver Angels. There's a huge collective of Americans who are working to bring people together across divides to find solutions. But the first thing we have to do is be in relationship. So that's what I'm like trying to do. But I already told the head honcho, I cannot do it alone. What I can do is give you all a free membership to the organization for a year. This last week, we were supposed to have the Central Eastern Virginia Alliance Blue and Red Co-Chair on the shore. I wanted to do something else before Election Day. But I didn't have enough lead time to get enough people to participate. And I didn't want them to come all the way from Richmond. But they were gonna facilitate a workshop called Crossing the Continental Divide. This is an introduction to the organization and what we might be able to accomplish together. And I definitely saw that in Kenosha. And my vehicle, I mean, I've always kind of been the way I am. You know, just since girlhood, growing up in Baltimore, but I lost my train of thought. Yeah, but okay, so this is important to say. Braver Angels have structures from which we sit, like coming to the table. You know, we come both blue, red, yellow, purple, whatever. And there are these frameworks in which we operate so that every voice is heard, every voice is respected, and we find out where the common ground is. So if somebody, or maybe Bill, you can do this, or whoever the Rotary secretary is, wants to give me your name, I can send you that email with a free membership. And on that, in there are places across the country where you can show up in person, or you can show up with all blue leaning people, or you can show up with all red leaning people. There are things for everyone. That they all want people to come. So, you know, the economy is not a barrier. Damani and I got all expenses paid for it. You know, so one of my messages to the Boys and Girls Club is playing your passion because people want to give you money. People want to give you. We want to celebrate. Now I'm going into Boys and Girls. We want to celebrate our young leaders because we're on the other side of the mountain. Maybe not you, Jason. Anyhow, let's see what I forgot to say. So that Central Eastern Alliance, we can be a part, that's closer in, but I really want to get us here too. I think it's like really important, and there are organizations all over the country that are doing the same thing. StoryCorps, All Sides is a media place that doesn't check the accuracy, they check the bias of the news source. So that's my understanding. Is that right, sir?
Good question.
Okay, but I think that's what I know. But I mean, we have information coming at us faster than we can blink our eyes. And so it's really important for us to try to know what the hell we're talking about. You know, and also acknowledge those blind spots within us, whether we're acting full or whether we're like not well informed. And I tell you what, at that convention, I made friends, not real super duper friends, but friends, kind of like a friendly acquaintance kind of people that I wouldn't mind hanging out with again. And they were Republican.
What?
It is hard. It is hard. And, you know, like I can rant and rave with my friend Carrie Tiderberry all day long. You know, but I want to be able to stay grounded. I don't want to get my nervous system involved if I can help it. And I can yell just like the next person can, but I don't think that we get very far with that if we're talking over one another and stuff like that. So I'm gonna wrap this up, but wow, I was pretty concise, so I'll just tell you a few of the workshops, because they're not on those handouts. You can take those handouts, don't take the pictures. But do go to the library. There's a wonderful display with the little stories. And it was in those stories that we found common ground. Now, we didn't get very far. We didn't solve any problems really. But we opened the door for that to happen. And we did it using our community resources, the library, the Boys and Girls Club, small business owners. All the food that I had there was from small local businesses. The kids, they were all queens. Like 15 kids came from the Boys and Girls Club. They wanted to support Damani, of course, plus Kathy Custis told them they were going. I don't even think they knew they were going. So they showed up. I taught one kid how to eat sushi, how to use chopsticks. I also told another kid how to discreetly go to the bathroom and deposit that which she did not blow up. But the kids were a little squirmy, mostly the boys. Mostly, right, Jason? Mostly the boys. We're jacked up on sugar and coffee. Because I had that stuff, and Damani said, yeah, Karen, I knew, but you know, we're always exerting power over our children. So I knew, but I just wanted to like give them the freedom to go get jacked up on caffeine and sugar. So some of the workshops are skills for bridging the divide, depolarizing within families and politics, depolarizing conversations about race and public policy, being red in a blue environment, being blue in a red environment, skills for social media. Anyway, I think I'll wrap up there, but man, it would be great if y'all would join. And I can get people here, people that have better skills than me, people have more knowledge than me about particular topics. I want to listen to Paul when he said,
Paul.
hey, where?
Paul.
I go.
Two bills.
Where's the doctor?
He's not.
And two doctors.
A lot of,
Yeah.
Well, I know Mark's anyhow. Edit that part out, would you? Anyhow, yeah, it would be really great if y'all could join, just to, if for no other reason than to maybe do some of that depolarization yourself. Because I know you're, and that's one of the great things about Rotary. That I think you are now. Anyway, thank you, man.
He'll Karen in a coffee mug. He knows about it. So,
I'll get it to her.
Paul's gonna get it to him. That's Paul.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Karen.
Yeah.
All right. Could all rise. Four-way test. Things we think, say, and do. Number one. Two. Number three. Better friendships. Number four. And number five, Stan.
Now it's hot, way to get around the bed.
Oh.